Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me in this moment in space and time. I wanted to take a few minutes tonight just to address the collective. It had occurred to me that I had not done a video where I just kind of video blog to like everyone without having you identify with a sign of the zodiac, be it your sun, moon, rising sign. I like never really just addressed the collective, and I thought now that we're getting close to 3,000 subscribers on this little channel, and I wanted to take some time and make a video to thank everyone that subscribed. This video is for you guys. If you're just kind of bumming around the internet and you want to take a time out or break for getting some readings, thanks for dropping in. We're going to just do a little unboxing video. I got these new Wisdom of the Oracle cards by Colette Baron-Reid. And you know that I really love her enchanted map deck that we've been using. And the fact that you guys have like viewed and liked and subscribed, it's given me the $18.99 that it took to bring you some new content. So I thought, you know what the heck, let's get a new deck and let's of Oracle cards, and let's see how well I can connect with them, and hopefully we can switch things up and keep it fresh here on this channel for you guys. And I wanted to let you know that my intention for this channel was really just to not only give you guys some tarot readings, but to bring some healing energy into the whole sort of aspect of this sort of culture, if you will, of sort of new age, tarot, astrology, and some authenticity, just to let you know, right? Like, I'm not out to get in anybody's purse strings. I'm not looking to get super wealthy from this. I just am giving back in the way I know how. And I want you guys to know that when you click in on this channel, that these readings are coming from a place, an authentic place within me. And I appreciate you guys wherever you're at in life, whatever you might be going through. I know it's never easy, and sometimes it is, right? And sometimes we're really grateful for what we have, and I'm grateful that we have this little YouTube channel, and I'm grateful that you guys have stopped in. So we've got this beautiful little book here. I will just go through the cards and have a chat and look it up. Again, with these cards, with these oracle cards, you guys will listen to me read at the end of the readings, more so maybe than like actually trying to look into them. There'll be a little bit more of both, as I feel like we're getting, I'm getting more and more connected with the deck. But these cards, oracle cards, were created with such a great message. So let's just have a look at them here. Oh, we've got yin and yang. Isn't that beautiful to see these cards up, right? When we were talking about balance and anything, right? What was that old show? Love and marriage, love and marriage. You can't have one without the other, right? Maybe not in that case, but typically, right? When you talk about long and short and deep and shallow and night and day and pleasure and pain, yin and yang is so very powerful, right? I really like it, right? Especially if you're into some of the Confucius and the Lao Tzu type stuff. Look at this card, Between Worlds. Look at that. It's like, that's transformation, progression. What was that? Flamingo. That's the flamingo. I'm going to have to Google search the flamingo and see what Google knows about flamingo. Okay. Higher power, isn't that gorgeous? That's some third eye, some pineal chakra area stuff going on there, right? Being in touch with your higher self. That's awesome card. I hope somebody gets this for their June readings. I really want to read the message. Orphan. Okay, this one's a little bit more sad. Look at that number 5 attached to it. Always with that 5, there's some kind of challenge, some sort of hurdle, some sort of awareness or awakening that needs to occur, right? So speaking of orphan, today I was out and there were a couple geese and they had their little baby with them, and they wouldn't let me near my bike. They were hissing at me because the little baby goose had fallen off the roof, and then all the rest of them were still up on the roof of the building, but the little one had no way of getting back up there. And so I just had to be patient, and I watched them, and they were all confused. But orphaned is a different kind of energy. Not for you. Oh, that's kind of cool. Two things I very much like: chess and Chinese food is my favorite. Okay, to the sea, out there in a little origami, a little paper boat there. He's floating away there in the takeout box. See, we had the fortune cookie, now we got the takeout box. And maybe this is sometimes how you feel if you eat too much chow mein, right? Okay, now we've got the tribe. And look at the more giraffes. I call that Baron Reed. She must just love these little giraffes, because the other deck has these giraffes, and they're always having a little kiss. So they're always like helping out their young ones, right? The little foals. Okay. Treasure Island. Oh, remember that show? Zipplane, boss, zipplane. This turtle is cruising around with treasure on its back. Unfinished Symphony. Oh God, isn't this a story for each and every one of us, I believe, can interact with this card. Whether it's whatever we're doing or our life in itself, an unfinished symphony. Wow. I'm anxious to read the message for that card. That one's very powerful. This is almost like that Three of Wands energy that was up for so many different signs. I mean, it was everywhere. Through my readings, a lot of other readers were pulling this Three of Wands for so many different signs. And that card truly is of like some like needing to move forward, needing to complete something, right? But yet sort of being at a bit of an impasse to like move forward. So I want to read from the book when we're all done here. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Speaking of book, we've got By the Book. These elephants are doing things by the book. They're cruising around, hopefully very safely. They look like they're to being safe, right? Occupational health and safety there. Okay, a change in the wind. Look at the zebra, beautiful. Zebra doesn't care that there's a pagoda on its back. Beautiful. A fork in the road. Oh, that's cute. The truth be told. I like that card very much so. That's very intuitive, very insightful. Message in a bottle, yeah. Wow, that's really cool. I don't even know what's in there. There's like an old rotary telephone in the bottle, right? Imagine that before the days of internet, before the days of email. Remember Seinfeld, when every dilemma George and Elaine got themselves into could have all been solved if only there had been cell phones, right? All the comedy would have been lost if they all had Apple Google. Okay, all that glitters is gold. Even shooting stars break the mold. Right? This beautiful card there. The Fates. Oh, that's a lovely card. I can't wait to hope somebody gets this one too. I can't wait to. Serendipity. That word's a little bit overused, but I'm down with it. Flexible. Yes, you gotta remain flexible. I want you guys to do your stretches, do your yoga, keep that circulation moving, right? That's how we keep our spine supple and we keep feeling young, right? Okay, imagine, right? What are we imagining? Imagine that the moon has a message for us. It usually does. Clean it up. Look at that. The old antelope there is at one with the sky. Cleaning up Zora, kind of. That's kind of cool. Blessed. Oh, she's cute. Peace. Very nice. Time for a nap. This is a story of my life. Time for a nap. Round and round we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. Happy, happy. Don't worry, in other words, right? Exchanging gifts, right? Kitty's going to change presents with Ballerina there, and then they'll both be satisfied that they've given, right? Building blocks, isn't that true to life? Yeah, each one day at a time kind of thing, right? That kind of energy. Breathe. Oh my goodness. Isn't prana just the very essence? If you guys are ever feeling stuck, this is the answer. This is always the mini answer, the micro answer. The 1 minute meditation. Like I said, I'm not endorsing anybody, but if you ever get a chance to Google 1 minute meditation, go to it, right? Because that's all it takes sometimes to get in touch with our breathing. And then we realize that we're much more than what our minds are doing. Okay. Tick-tock goes the clock. Well, the element of time. My subscribers know we talk about this quite a bit, moving through the element of time, and some of us actually taking the power to treat time as ours, to do with what we will. It's tough when you're kind of like got your nose to the grindstone and money's always an issue, and then time seems like it can be our adversary, right? Whether it's against you or on your side, it's one of those things that I believe the collective is going through right now. And see how the hands are there, like wanting to like grab it, to be able to take control of time, manipulate it, right? That kind of energy. So that's good. Why? I used to have a roommate in college. He'd always ask me why. And I realized why I did it. It was actually very genius, because whatever your question is, if you ask why that question, if inevitably the answer will be to be happy, right? It will always take you back to your own happiness if you keep asking why. It's kind of like, why am I doing these videos? Well, I'm doing these videos because I want to help people. Well, why do you want to help people? I want to help people so that I feel like I've done my part and given back to the world. Well, why do you want to feel that you've done? And it always comes back, well, to be happy, so I can be happy, right? In the here and now, very Eckhart Tolle, right? Very beautiful. You want to be in touch with that too. That goes hand in hand with breathe, right? Chaos and conflict. Oh my goodness. Doesn't it come out as just we're in that good place of being in the here and now and in touch with our breath, and we get thrown a curveball, you know, it's like, oh my goodness. Leg up. There's a beautiful polar bears that I love. They're so beautiful. A loyal heart. Well, isn't that something in 2017? Well, I believe that's going to have some generational energy to it. Come to the edge. The never-ending story. Bastion. Remember Bastion and Artax? Artax. Okay. To be fair, I'm quoting a lot of movies and songs, so I'll maybe just try and stop. A new life. Isn't that beautiful, right? A new life is always a blessing. Co-create, right? Doing it with others. Look how different we are, yet look how almost our goal is the same, or our, what we're working on is the same thing, right? Oh, look at the penguins. They're soulmates, right? I don't know if I'd date anyone that looked exactly like me, but that's just me, right? Okay, chop wood, right? Oh, I feel like I mentioned this in a reading once. Is like, this is, I can't remember who said it, but it's like, before you meditate, carry water, chop wood. After you meditate, carry water, chop wood. And that's like an old, like, mystery proverb that, like, once you know the meaning of that, then you're well on your way. Speaking of knowing, we've got deep knowing. You can't be a deep knower unless you're a heavy thinker, right? We're talking about applied learning, and then as it progresses into knowledge, and then even further into wisdom, time to go. Speaking of which, I hope this video is not getting too long, right? Reincarnation, that's a beautiful card. I love the bright colors. Love it. The cheetah is going the distance. That's beautiful. All right. Then we've got number 48, poised. Poised to make a move. The observer. A keen observation is the key to strong intellect, in my opinion. Sometimes if we're not looking closely, if we're always thinking 2 steps ahead, it's tough to be in the here and now, and then it's tough to be that observer. All right. No place like home. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Milk and honey. Yummy. Making me hungry. Good thing we're almost through it. And then we've got the 52, number 52, we've got mending, right? So maybe they're hemming their jeans or making something creative, right? But at the same time, healing old wounds, old scars, those deep embedded wounds that sometimes come with a life that we have in front of us. So that's a beautiful card there as well. All right, let's get into the book, guys. Let's just ground this first card, number 10. This is the one that I was really drawn to. And this is the Unfinished Symphony. And let's see what's going on with that. I'll just find it in the book real quick here. 6, 9, 10. Unfinished Symphony. All right, essential meanings. Unfinished business, incomplete lessons, lack of closure, and the need to make amends. And the Oracle's message. This is a time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or project and mastery of a lesson or a skill. Before you can move forward, it's important for you to come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and physiological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you are leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. And that is so very true, right? And I wanted to make mention, I'm just going to go through this and try and find that 3 of Wands that was up. For so many signs, pulled that Three of Wands, and it wasn't like, I thought it was maybe just like in my readings, and I was like kind of confused, like, why does this card keep showing up? Am I not shuffling? But I know better than that, right? It's like you can't write that kind of stuff. You can't, it just happens, right? When the cards have a message, they have a message. And it was like this moving forward, this tying up of loose ends so that a new journey can begin. Here it is, here now. Three of Wands. Has to happen, right? And I wanted to bring this card forward one more time to the entire collective to say that, like, when I saw it in your readings, for after reading after reading after reading, I knew like there had to be something going on with it. And the feeling I had is when, like, as the sun's moving into Gemini here, maybe what a lot of people are doing is maybe they're going within, maybe they're realizing that, I've maybe been begrudging for just a little bit too long. Maybe the thing that isn't allowing me to move forward is just a place where I need to go inside myself to forgive myself or another person for something. The other person doesn't always have to be there in front of your face in order to exude that strong sense of forgiveness. You can do it within your heart, within your mind, and in a place of authenticity. And that energy will go out into the ether. It will go out into the atmosphere and into spirit. Be carried on the wings of angels, so to speak, or on the backs of your spirit animals, and eventually reach that other person if they're too far gone to ask forgiveness in person. And then maybe that's what it's taking for a lot of people, just to take some next step forwards, because Sun in Gemini is very gentle energy. For a lot of signs, this can be very like passionate and very like hot heavy, so to speak, but it's also a very gentle. This is a gentle touch. This is a gentle breeze. This is gentle flowers, where they're just in that very subtle state where they're just like, things are like blossoming, and it's all, the bee is sort of floating around everything very gingerly. It's such very gentle energy. So with that, maybe the key for a lot of us here is to go inside, be gentle with ourselves. Let's not be hard on ourselves and the mistakes that we've made, and practice that big forgiveness within ourselves. And let's see if any new doors are opening up as a result, okay? So that said, June readings are coming up here in about a week. I'm not going to be able to do the mid-Junes because I'm going to visit my mom. She's a Gemini, and she's celebrating her 65th birthday. I wish I could have shown you guys what I got for her, but she watches these videos too. So happy birthday, Mom. And I can't show you guys what I got. But I'm going to take the camera on the road. We'll take a few tarot decks. Maybe we'll flip a few cards for each sign for the mid-June readings. And then at least we can get a little something out there. But mid-June, there's not going to be a full one. But the main June readings, they should be up and running about a week's time. All right. So thanks for giving me this opportunity to speak to you guys tonight. I really appreciate all of your support, and this was just a special video to say thank you. Sorry for my dirty arms and hands. I've been out digging dirt all day, and I'm headed for a shower right after this. But again, thank you so much. Love you all. We'll see you next time.